In a world where everything is pretty much discovered and explained, we find ourselves craving for some hidden information, for a mystery yet unsolved, for something to really trigger our fantasy and detective skills. That's why today's Top 10 has to do with the most mysterious discoveries that scientists have yet to explain. Are you ready to visit some of the world's greatest mysteries? Let's go. Number 1. The Stone Spheres. These 300 mysterious and beautiful stone spheres are located at the Dequeese Delta of southern Costa Rica, and some of them date back to AD 600. Most of these petrospheres are made from gabbro, a rock that forms from molten magma, and they were the works of a pre-Columbian civilization. Even though they're definitely stunning, the mystery lies in the fact that nobody knows what their use was exactly. There's speculations the stones were used for astronomical purposes, or maybe they were used to point to significant places. But as we said, nobody really knows their true use. Number 2 is Cleopatra's tomb. Cleopatra VII was the last of a series of rulers in Egypt between 305 and 30 BC. They were also called Ptolemies. She is known for her beauty and intelligence, but mostly about her lovers, which included Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, and she had children with both of them. With so many things known about her, it's truly a wonder that the one thing that remains unknown until now, her burial place. It's known that both her and Mark Antony committed suicide together after Octavia defeated them. The writer Plutarch wrote that their burial place was lofty and beautiful and near a temple of the goddess Isis. But where that is, nobody knows. Number 3 is Atlantis. The exact location of the lost city of Atlantis remains a huge mystery to this day, although throughout the years many have sworn they've discovered it. So far, the place Atlantis definitely is, including the Bahamas, a Greek island, Cuba, and Japan. Atlantis' first record was made by the ancient Greek historian Pluto back in 360 BC, who said the island was a great naval power before it sank beneath the sea in a catastrophic event that happened more than 10,000 years ago. No one can say for sure if Atlantis is even real, so the search for it can prove to be a great frustration, but it's also great excitement for those who want to know what happened exactly. Number 4. Ancient animal traps. In the early 20th century, a couple of British Royal Air Force pilots discovered some strange lines that resembled a kite on the deserts of Jordan, Egypt, and Israel. They were low stone walls, and some of them were as long as 64 kilometers. Scientists say they date back to 300 BC, but they were also clearly abandoned long ago. As to more information about them, well, not much really. They do speculate these stone walls were probably used to funnel wild animals toward a small pit where they could kill them in large numbers. Although this discovery, if true, it shows that local hunters knew way more about the local fauna than was previously thought. Number 5. The Shroud of Turin. Many people believe the Shroud of Turin is the burial ground of Jesus Christ, but as with all the rest of the discoveries on the list, nobody really knows what exactly is this archaeological discovery. As of itself, the discovery was a long piece of twill cloth which bore traces of blood, and it depicts the darkened imprint of a man's body. The Catholic Church officially recorded the existence of the shroud back in AD 1353, which was the date the cloth showed up in a church in France. But the story of the shroud dates back to AD 30 or 33. Legend has it that it was transported from Judea to Edessa in Turkey, and then to Constantinople, and then to Athens in Greece, where it was allegedly held until AD 1225. However, in the 1980s, scientists finally got the cloth in their hands and said it's likely it is a medieval forgery. But this wasn't well received, as many believe the scientist only examined one part of the cloth, which could have been stitched together over the centuries since the death of Jesus. Number 6 is the AntiCathara Mechanism. This amazing artifact was found in the wreckage of a Greek cargo ship that was over 2,000 years old. It's a circular bronze artifact that contains a maze of interlocking gears and also some mysterious characters that are etched all over the exposed faces. The archaeologists initially believed it was some kind of navigational astrolabe. But then, as research continued, they found out it was a highly intricate astronomical calendar, the likes of which were found only after 1,000 years after the AntiCathara mechanism is dated. The research as to what else this mechanism does is still ongoing, although we might never know for sure. Number 7 is the Nazca Lines. If the Nazca Lines are seen from the ground, then nothing spectacular shows, but when seen from the air, it's a whole different story. Located in Peru, the Nazca Lines were first spotted in the 1920s by commercial aircraft and gained the interest of archaeologists, and they found hundreds of them that date back to over 2,000 years ago, likely made by the pre-Inca Nazca culture. The lines go from geometric ones to complicated depictions of animals, plants, and figures, and because conspiracy theorists love this kind of thing, they immediately thought that this proved alien landings. Well, we don't know about that, but we don't know about anything else either, as no one can say with certainty what their use really was. Number 8, the Copper Scroll Treasure. This is one for the detective/archaeologist wannabe among us. An ancient copper scroll was discovered at the site of Qumran in 1952, and it might or might not describe a massive amount of hidden treasure that includes gold and silver. Well, in reality, not only nobody knows where this is, they don't even know if it exists. It was found alongside the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is now the West Bank in the Palestinian territory, and it dates back over 2,000 years. Many researchers believe the scroll describes a treasure that was hidden by the locals in order to keep it out of the hands of Roman forces. Well, imagine discovering that. Number 9 is the Ark of the Covenant. Apart from Indiana Jones, no one's actually discovered the holy relic that is the Ark of the Covenant. It's believed to be a gold-encrusted wooden chest that contains stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, according to the book of Exodus. In ancient times, the holy box was kept in the first temple, but when it was destroyed in 587 BC, the holy relic was gone and nobody, until now, knows its whereabouts. In the recent years, there were hints that the Ark of the Covenant is actually in a monastery in Ethiopia, and also a recently translated Hebrew text suggests that the relic will reveal itself, but not until the day of the coming of the Messiah, son of David. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Number 10 is the Hobbits. This weird scientific discovery has ignited many conspiracy theories, and we can understand why. In 2003, scientists discovered on the remote Indonesian island of Flores bones of a small, ancient hominin Homo florensis that they quickly named the Hobbit, for obvious reasons. The first Homo florensis skeleton ever discovered belonged to a 3.5-foot tall, or 1.06 meters, 30-year-old adult female. And in the beginning, researchers thought these diminutive bones may have belonged to a human with microcephalia. But later discoveries of similar-sized skeletons suggest there wasn't only one of them, they were actually their own species. Their exact place in the family tree of human ancestors, though, still remains a mystery. Well, those are the top 10 most mysterious discoveries that scientists cannot explain. Which one did you like in particular and why? Do you know of any others we need to include on our list? Well, tell us in the comments below, and don't forget, hit that like button and the subscribe bell if you enjoyed today's video.